afternoon, I'm Raylene Ramsey. This is your afternoon news fix for Tuesday, the 10th of December. The Speaker of the House has ruled on MPs from Te Pāti Māori and Labour for their role in a haka in the House, protesting the Treaty Principles Bill. Jerry Brownlee's referred Debbie Ngarewa Paka, Rawiri Waititi, Hannah Rafiti Maipi Clark and Labour's Pēne Henare to the Privileges Committee. Brownlee says approaching acts David Seymour on the House floor during the haka was against Parliament's rules.
That is disorderly and cannot be considered anything other than disorderly.
The Privileges Committee will now consider punishment for the MPs. The government is changing the law to protect dogs as they retire from greyhound racing. The racing ministers announced the industry will shut down over 20 months, allowing time to rehome nearly 3,000 dogs. Winston Peters says the percentage of dogs injured is persistently high and it's time to make a call in their best interests. He says the process begins today.
Which will be passed under urgency to prevent the unnecessary killing of racing dogs. And we've had the commitment of 122 votes for that to happen.
More than 10 kilograms of meth has been caught at the border in Auckland, disguised as a Christmas present. Customs officers questioned a woman who arrived from Vancouver on Sunday and then searched her bag. It allegedly held drugs worth about $3.8 million on the street and an estimated $10.7 million social harm cost. A woman's been charged in Manukau District Court with importing and possessing a Class A drug for supply. A man's been found critically injured on Lower Hutt Seddon Street in Nainai after 3 o'clock this afternoon. The Return Services Association could change drastically in just 2 months. Up to 40 RSA clubs are threatening to quit the 108-year-old organisation after a campaign to centralise. In February, the independent clubs will all vote on the organisation's future direction at its general meeting. The Herald's David Fisher says it could mean a very different look in some communities.
The issue has caused an extraordinary amount of angst among the RSA independent clubs. They believe they can continue calling themselves RSA. The national body has a different view.
Cash still appears to be a king in New Zealand as the Reserve Bank decides whether to introduce a digital currency. It's had more than 18,000 submissions. 84% of respondents worried about the loss of banknotes and coins want assurance physical cash will continue. Lachlan Rennie has more.
Money and Cash Director Ian Wolford says they'll keep issuing cash for as long as New Zealanders want it. Wolford says digital currency is being explored by 34 countries and couldn't be introduced here before 2030.
To sport, our New Zealand Rugby Chief Executive Mark Robinson is defending the decision to give Wellington major tests against France and South Africa next year after underwhelming ticket sales this year. Wellington have recorded their first victory of domestic cricket's Plunket Shield, beating Auckland by 4 wickets. Wolves manager Gary O'Neill claims there were 4 incorrect refereeing decisions which went against them in the 2-1 Premier League loss at West Ham. I'm Raylene Ramsey and that is your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update tomorrow morning from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.